right here.
Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, you can get that one. Absolutely. That's a big one. Yeah, look at that. That should have been just about picked last time, shouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
So these are short green, then Lebanese, and down the back there, Telegraph cucumbers.
We'll have to get rain here.
If I had my diary, I'd tell you, but we haven't had decent rain for a while.
No, neither.
It is getting dry, and that's the beauty of the mulch film. It covers it up, keeps the moisture in.
Yeah, I can't believe it. I mean, it seems so dry what we're walking on.
Yeah.
And it's just growing lusciously.
Yeah. Well, you go down underneath, you can have it dry like that on top. Like at various times this season, it'd get like that on top, and you put the rotary hoe in and it'd gum the thing up. You couldn't use it in 540, it'd be 1,000 to stick it.
Oh, I see.
Muddy underneath. This one's a good one. Okay, so what you're going to do, you're just going to nick across there, across the stem. But again, watch out for the babies. See this one here's a baby?
Oh yeah, we don't want to get them off.
That's the one.
Good job.
Yeah. So when you're cutting courgettes, cut away from the other ones that are growing beside them. But what lessons does that teach about kids? If you nick them, but if you nick them when they're small emotionally, spiritually, what does it grow out to? You know?
Do you know I have a knife?
Careful with the knife. You know how to use a knife?
Yeah.
You do? Right. Let's see what you do. I'll find one for you. Or are you going to find one?
This
Find
side.
one? Okay, so look gently in the leaves like this, just looking gently under them. Yeah. So I've had, I mean there's 6 in this punnet, but if you've got a lack of germination, often it's because you put them in too deep. When you're transplanting into this, the biggest fault I find with getting people to do it is they put them in too shallow. So all we want to do is just take this out of here like that, just with a gentle squeeze. You don't want to squeeze the stem. These are the cotyledons or the seed leaves, these 2 guys here. And we're just going to take it gently like that, put 2 fingers in there, pull it there aside a little bit. Gently press them down in there, but we want them down like that, see, so it's, and then put a bit of that around so the wind doesn't come and blow it around in the hole. Wow. Someone's doing this and then someone comes and plants it. I picked one yesterday from over there. They're yellow watermelons. Okay. These are red watermelons. But yeah, it's.
Does that tapping thing actually work?
I'll tell you about it when I find one.
He must have the resonance that he knows that it's ripe.
Watermelons I actually find hard work because for me at least, with my experience, lack of experience, I have to basically bend over and look at each one, examine each fruit. Wow. Whereas with rock melons I can go down the row and say that one's ripe, that one's ripe, that one's ripe. With the watermelons I can't do that. It's bend your back and find them. But there are some that I wouldn't bother looking at just because they're not even close. I don't know that I'm going to pick it, but that'll be one of the closer ones. This here's the tendril. And it's dried, right? So there's dry tendril. There's a dry tendril here. This one here, further out, is green.
Right.
Still. But that one's dry. Its skin colour tells me it's probably a little bit immature. It's got a reasonable ground spot. Like it could be a little bit darker on the ground. It's a little bit high sounding yet.
Right.
and its distance from there to the plant is what I'm also looking for. They set closer to the plant and then they set out as they grow out. So if it's further out the vine, it's less likely to be ripe. So the ones in closer ripen sooner.
Wow.
So I'm looking for the distance from the vine, I'm looking for the tendril, I'm looking for the skin colour, maturity look, and the ground spot underneath. All those things, as well as the resonance sound.
So the small ones could potentially be ripe then, or?
No,
That's
unlikely.
further away.
Well, they can, but
Yeah.
if they're in close to the vine,
Yes, yeah.
if they're in close to the base of the plant and
Yeah.
all those other things, sure they
I
can
see.
be. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got nothing to do with size, it's maturity.
Okay.
So when you pick, you have to go through this process.
Yeah, every melon.
That's a lot.
So it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
See why your father did it for himself. Didn't trust anyone else.